This machine is amazing. It will do everything you can ever ask for and more. It's so easy to use, it's so easy to thread, and it's just a dream to sew on. So if you have one of these machines, lucky you. If you also have the Juki DX7, it's pretty much the identical same machine, so everything that we talk about today is going to be applicable to you as well. So I just want to make sure today that you feel comfortable threading your machine and you know all the basic parts of your machine and you can get into sewing after this video. So let's get right into it and get started. Okay, so the first thing you'll notice is there's a little case on the top. We can just flip that open. And in here you'll find all the various stitches the machine can do. And then you'll see your spool of thread and your spool pin. Over here's the bobbin winder. And on top they've given us some really nice graphics in case we forget how to thread the machine. So I'm going to take this spool of thread out of here so we can start over. So this here's the spool cap. And then this is the spool pin. So I'm going to cut this off. We have a bunch of little blades over here. And then I'm going to come down here and pull that thread through this way. Oops, I better raise the presser foot so it can come through. And pull the thread through this direction. Now I'll pull this little white rectangle towards myself like they show in the arrow, and that will open the little door. And I'm going to take this bobbin out so I can show you how to put it back in. Okay, so if we're just getting started, the first thing we need to do is wind a bobbin. So that means we need to get some of this color thread onto this empty bobbin. So first thing we'll do is take our thread and place it on this spool pin. Doesn't matter which way it goes. Then put the spool cap on. This just makes sure it doesn't fly off. Now if we look at these images here, you will see first we should take our thread through here, see number 1 and then number 2. Okay, so you can see there's two different lines here. There's a dotted line and there's a solid line. The solid line is telling you what you need to do if you're threading the machine. The dotted line is telling you what you need to do if you're winding a bobbin. So we're going to start with this. Okay, so step 1 says to bring it around this silver guide here. So let's grab our thread and just bring it around there, just like they show. And then you can see the dashed line is going this direction too, over to here. There's the 2. Okay, so we're jumping over here. So now we're looking at this picture here, which is a picture of this. So this is our little bobbin winding tension disc right here. So this is not used any other time except for when winding the bobbin. So we're going to first come around the little silver guide in front of it and then come back here behind it. So to do that again, I just came in front of the silver guide and then behind the tension disc, and you want to pull on it and make sure it's really locked in there. Okay, and then next we'll just come behind this little silver guide right next to that disc. Okay, and then it's going to come over here to the bobbin. So then you'll just take your bobbin and stick your thread up through one of the holes. So you can see some of these holes aren't actually holes. It's kind of weird. I don't know why. Here's a real hole, but we don't go in through the outside. We go in through the inside. And up out the top, like that. Okay, so it's coming up out of the top, and then we're going to bring it over here, pull all that slack away, and stick it right there on that bobbin winding post. Okay, then all you have to do is move this little thing over to the side and it's going to start winding. So hold your tail up straight and move the thing over to the side. Whenever you've done enough, you can just move it back over, or you can wait and it will fill the whole spool. Okay, I'm going to cut this tail off so it's flush with the bobbin. And now you can pull your bobbin off. I love, love, love that they gave you all these blades on this machine. So I already showed you, you can cut right here on this one, but they also gave 4 blades inside the bobbin winder. How awesome is that? So we can just come in here and just cut that off. I love that. I love that they gave you so many because they get dull. Okay, so now we have a wound bobbin. Yay. So let's come back down here and we're going to place this bobbin in here. So it has to go counterclockwise like this. You can't flip it over and have it going this way. If you forget that, they did put a picture here. See how it goes counterclockwise. Okay, so put this in here. And we have numbers again. We have 1, 2, 3. So it's going to come around this little metal piece here. So just pull it to the left and it locks into that little metal bracket thing. And then it just comes up and around. And then right here, and then you pull. Another awesome blade cuts it for you. Love that. Okay, now we're ready to thread the top part of the machine. So we can take our thread out of all this stuff because we don't use that except for bobbin winding. So now we're going to follow the numbers again, and this time we're following the solid line. Okay, so we're going to come around that first guide again, and then up and around this. Here's number 2. Okay, come down the first channel, see number 3, up and around, like that. There's number 4, coming around. And you have to make sure when you do that, that your thread went into the little hole in the silver take-up lever there. Okay, it's in there. Okay, now we're going to come back down the channel. Here's the number 5, which just means to come down. Here's number 6. They even printed a 6 on this little metal guide to show you to bring the thread behind here, like that. So it should be coming straight down like that. And finally, you can see our number 7 is right here on the needle threader. So I love this needle threader. It's one of my favorite features of this machine. So all we have to do is make sure that the needle's in the highest position, which it is. If it's not, you can turn the hand wheel on the right of the machine. And now we're going to take this thread and just bring it up through those 2 little teeth on that. Okay, now I'm going to bring my hand up here. There's a lever here. See? And then you're going to press this down. And when you release it, miraculously, it has threaded the needle. So it's still in the little teeth. You have to take it out of there. And then it threads it with a loop. So there's a little loop behind the needle that you still have to pull through, like that. But how awesome is that? Best needle threader ever. Okay, and then we just have to put our door back on. And if you've watched any other videos, or if you're used to an older machine where you have to pull your thread up through the throat plate here, you don't have to do that with this machine. Anytime you have a machine with that little blade that cuts it, it's good to go. You don't have to do that. So we are threaded and ready to go. So now we can sew with it. So go ahead and take your foot pedal and make sure it's plugged in, and then just sit this on the floor. Next, we'll just place some fabric in here under the presser foot. This is the presser foot. So take your fabric and put it under the presser foot. Now, number 1 rule is always make sure the presser foot is lowered onto the fabric. So if I reach back here, there's a lever. So always make sure that presser foot is lowered down. Also make sure your thread comes through that little slot so it's back here out of your way. Then we'll just gently hold onto this fabric and hit the pedal. This is a buttery machine, you guys. It's just so smooth. Stitch looks perfect. Do you notice how the presser foot lifts a tiny bit? Each time I stop, it lifts a little bit. That is a function that you can turn off if you don't like it, but it's really nice for people who are doing a lot of pivoting then you don't have to reach back and lift your presser foot each time. It lifts it for you, but only halfway. Then when you hit the pedal again, it goes right back down. So pretty cool. Here's my favorite function of the machine. See the little scissors? It cuts the thread for you. That's the best. Okay, well I hope that was helpful, and I hope you got your Juki threaded and now you're feeling ready to start your projects. If you did, please leave me a comment down below. I would love to know how this went for you. If it did not work and you're having problems, please leave a comment down below and I will do my best to figure out what's going on and assist you down in the comments section. If you liked this and it was helpful for you, please give me a video a like. I would really appreciate it. And if you are into this kind of thing, please subscribe to our channel. We do a weekly video every Monday, and this is our fabric and yarn store here in Ohio, but our YouTube channel is really focused on sewing deep dives. So every week I either show you something on a different machine, or I show you a process, I do alterations, I do other projects, I do all kinds of things. So go and check out the channel, and if it's what you're into, go ahead and hit that subscribe button. That way you'll get notified every week when I put out a new video and you won't miss out. And we have a lot of fun around here, so I'd love to have you around. So thank you so much again for watching, and until next time, happy sewing.